Well, would you believe it? We've just rocked up and we met the boys from the Silver Fox. I'll leave their details. If you haven't checked out their YouTube channel, they are great entertainment. They live on the canal boats here in the UK, so check them out. I'm sure most of you will know who they are anyway, but check them out. I'll put the link. No, the channel's not Silver Fox, is it?
No, it's Foxes Afloat.
Foxes Afloat, that's right, Foxes Afloat. Check them out. So Colin and Sean from Silver Fox, man, I'm really stoked that we met these guys, because they're one of the few canal boat people that we know very well. And I just wanted to get a little video while we're here. And Otis, look at this one. He's gorgeous. You are absolutely gorgeous. So nice today to meet the guys from Foxes Afloat on their Silver Fox. Really, real pleasure. Lovely guys. And if you haven't checked out their channel on YouTube yet, you really should. They're heaps of fun. It's coffee time. Oh yes. Yeah, it does go down very quick, doesn't it? See the boat vanishing behind, down into the lock. It's an amazing process, isn't it? Hills for canals, that's what it is. Look, it's gone. Might not even be there anymore. Once it's equalised with the water in the canal below, then the lady will be able to push the gates open, because there'll be no more pressure on the paddles. Still going down? Still going down?
Yeah, it's still got a way to go.
Wow. There we go. Now the canal gates will open very easily, because there's no negative pressure on the water. Well, that's a bit tricky, isn't it? Coming over. Are you on holiday or?
Yep. Just set out today, so.
Oh, it's school holidays. Is it the school week?
I've got a week off already. We've got 2 weeks off.
Ah, all right.
So I've got a week at home, and now to enjoy some fresh air and escape. Hard work,
Exactly. Good fun.
Some are easier than others.
Good fun though, eh?
And can you trust that you won't blow away in the wind?
Jules Stone Ales. It's a little custom bike manufacturer there, but they're out of business. Wouldn't surprise me if it's this year's restrictions that have done that. I bet the Stone Ales are still in business though. I bet your alcohol's selling well this year. Don't you think, Michelle?
I think so, yeah.
People just getting drunk to try and forget what a balls up their government has done. I get into trouble in the comments on my live streams from people who insist that I'm wrong for being disrespectful about the lockdowns and things, and they've got their right to say what they want. I strongly disagree with them, strongly, and will never waver on that. Got their right to say what they want, but when they start telling me how I should think, they remind me a little bit of the government who are telling me how to think. I don't believe in conspiracies. I don't think there's any conspiring about this nonsense. I just know that stupidity is not a unique attribute, and I'm certain the government have more than their fair share of stupid people working amidst their ranks, all the way up to the top. As we say in Australia, the government is like a cesspit. Only floats to the top. Now we just stopped in Stone to get some a little bit of fuel in the system, some pies and pasties and what have you in a Marks and Spencer's, and while Michelle was sat outside, the police came just to see if she was okay. They're taking photographs. They're out investigating graffiti all around the town of Stone. Somebody's been graffitiing. Now, I'm a little surprised why the police would be that concerned with graffiti, but yeah, I you know, it's all over the place, particularly on the canals. And then I saw it, and I realised why the police were out in earnest trying to find the culprits. So I'll put that picture up for you now. Please, no children or underage or even antisocial people watching this section. So we've come off the canal briefly to go through the town of Stafford because what canal is that we're on now, Michelle?
Trent and Mersey.
Trent and Mersey Canal is going to end for us on this section, and we'll be going on to the Stafford and Worcester. I think it's the Stafford and Worcester Canal. There's nice little love seats. And to join that up following the canal route is quite a long loop around Stafford, but if we go into the centre of the town we can pick up the canal. It's about 8 kilometres walk from that junction at the canal to the start of the new canal. So we don't normally like to go through towns, but it's a big loop round. I think it's probably going to at least double, perhaps even triple the length of the walk. So my battery failed. Anyway, so my GPS tells me that it isn't particularly hilly going through the town, so we're going to stick with it. There's also a river here that runs through. There are often rivers quite near the canals, used to feed the canals or even just to take the runoff from the sluice gates. So about hour and a half we'll be through Stafford. We might even have a stop if there's a nice little shop there, though we've already bought stuff today, haven't we?
Yeah, we don't need to buy anything.
No. So anyway, we'll have a little look at Stafford for you. Oh, it's been a hard, wet walk today to Stafford, or in Staffordshire. And we haven't got back to the canal yet, as you can see. We passed 5 people walking with dogs, which is good day. Oh yeah. So clearly it's quite a popular walking street, or what would you call it, pathway here. But they've all had Staffordshire Bull Terriers, and it wasn't immediately I put 2 and 2 together. Of course, we're in Staffordshire, the home of the Staffordshire Bull Terrier. So probably not that surprising really. But okay, this looks like the start of the canal bridges. We're back. Michelle and I are going to have to look for somewhere to camp in the next hour because we are very tired. St Thomas Bridge, number 101. We are in Stafford. We've cut through the town. Hard walk, too many hills, and rain. Endless rain. We were drenched at one point, but the weather has given up and a little bit of air started to dry us out. Anyway, back on the canal, back on the flat, back on the beautiful towpath. Let's hope they stay this way. We've got to get all the way to Worcester on these canals, it would seem. So good morning. Oh, nothing like walking to warm you up on a cold morning. Both Michelle and I are freezing this morning, I think because it was so damp last night. But walking just gets the blood flowing. You might notice in a lot of these videos, despite it's probably only about 7 degrees this morning, most of them I will be wearing just a t-shirt. I just get too hot walking in 2 layers, so 1 layer is enough for me. I don't know if it's because I'm warm-blooded or not, but Michelle can wear 2 layers all day. I rarely wear a second layer unless it's icy cold and windy. So here's another lock. Looks like we got a few uphill locks on this section. That would have been the lock keeper's cottage. It's unlikely there's a lock keeper there any longer. They're generally rented out by the Canals and River Trust to regular families. And Michelle and I have booked a hotel in about 25 kilometres from here, a town called Wolverhampton. So, looking forward to a recoup and a dry off. I wish we could have afforded to do this more often on this walk. There is a flip side to that though, is that we really find it hard to leave the hotels, because motivating yourself to do this walk any day is hard enough. Doing it from a warm bed is really tough. I've seen a great deal of Canada geese on this canal, so it's really quite nice to see the more indigenous royal swans, as they call. Of course, swans in the United Kingdom are you're not allowed to hunt, kill or eat them, because apparently they all belong to the Queen. My lord, what draconian laws. But still, if it protects the swans, but they don't belong to the Queen. If the day stays this nice, I think I should try and live stream in the next maybe in about 3 or 4 hours time, just after lunch. Look at this canal lock. Look at the wear on those stairs over the years. It's a lot of history. I don't care when it happened, the council thought putting a road next to a canal path, even if it was decades ago, wants stringing up. How safe, when a big lorry just went past a moment ago, does that bit of wire make us feel? Honestly, you wouldn't credit the idiots that we vote into power. I just said to Michelle, there's a big tunnel, I wonder if it's a motorway. Look, it's the M6 motorway, number 88A bridge. Well, I don't know how often you find yourself underneath the M6 motorway, but that is where we are at the moment, heading towards Wolverhampton. There's a wonder. So can I give tips on walking canals in England? We have walked at least 100 miles of canals, I would say, in England and Scotland. There are some tips here that I think are essential. I mean, I think it's a beautiful thing to do, to walk along the canals of Great Britain. You will need, if you want to do it at any great length, you will need boots that can go through a lot of mud and water, because it isn't all pretty little grassy or gravel sides. There's a lot worse than this, where the mud is so sticky and fudgy that it drains your feet somewhat a little. The other thing you will need, if you're going to do long distance walking on the canals, are waterproof trousers, because when it rains, sometimes you're in long grass and your legs are going to get wet. We meet so many nice people along the canals as well. Lovely couple of ladies walking a dog, and they said they're really proud of us walking Land's End John O'Groats. They don't know us. So sweet. She looked quite emotional. She said, "We're really proud of you." You're not even halfway. Here we are. Sorry? Yes, we are. Oh, hello. I know, I can see. It looks pretty frightening down there. Thank you. We just came up that little lock pathway, and the lad there on the lock just said, "You're not even halfway yet," which is kind of funny, because We are, and he was talking to his partner on the boat, talking about the lock fill. I just said to him, yes, we are. And then we had a sort of humorous exchange. I hope this wind isn't going to destroy all my sound. It's quite a windy day today. Anyway, lovely couple. Two lovely couples in one lock. This is what it's like walking the locks. It's one of the most friendly. If you're chatty and you like people, highly recommend it. Dress appropriately. You know, check the weather. If you're going to do long distance walks, you may be on the canal for more than one day, more than 1 week even, as we are. So check the weather. Don't wear too many layers. If you're walking, you may find you get too hot, but you know, dress for the weather. I find it quite warm when I'm hiking, so I only wear one layer, but if it starts to rain and blow, you'll want waterproof layers to wear. And be prepared to stop and chat with people if you like chatting. I would say if you're very fit, you might walk 18 miles in a day, but I'd advise making it no more than 10 miles a day, so that you can really enjoy the canals. If you're not that fit, you might want to keep it down to about 7 miles or so in a day, but 10 miles is comfortable. Michelle and I walk closer to 18 miles a day, but then we have been walking a long way and we've got a great deal of mileage to cover. But on a calmer day, maybe on a warmer day, we also would walk less and talk more. If the wind stops, I'll talk to you a little bit if you want to wild camp or accommodation on the canals. Well, they are houses, but they're actually, what do they call them, Michelle?
Mobile homes.
Mobile homes. They're twin units. That one's a single, and they're twin, but what a beautiful spot to have for your mobile home. Well, I say they're mobile homes. They are, I think they call them static homes or something like that, but they are sort of prefabricated. And one of the few that, well, possibly the only ones I've seen alongside the English canals. I've seen those up and down the country, but I don't think I've ever seen any quite so nicely placed. Now, big tip also is walk from the south to the north. We've walked the whole canal system from north to south, and having the sun in your face most of the day is a little frustrating. You also generally have the wind in your face, so you don't have a prevailing wind, you have the wind straight into your face and the sun. So I would really recommend, if you're doing any long distance hiking on the canals, that you walk from the south to the north, and that way you will have the sun behind you. Good day. And very few people are walking our way, by the way. Must be another pole fishing competition on. Hope I'm not in their way. Competition on? What? Competition on?
Yeah.
Alright, good luck.
You're right.
It must be mad. There's a lot of gear. I see the boys walking down with the pole fishing gear, and they come down in wheelbarrows full of stuff. It's got to be one of the most kit heavy fishing styles I've ever seen. G'day, how are you? Good luck. Excuse me. Thank you. Pole fishing. Heard of it, never seen it before. Seen it several times on the canals now. The idea is they get the poles out and they can drop the line exactly where they want in the canal. They'll be mainly catching, so they told me before, perch and roach. And at the end of the day, I think the one with the heaviest catch wins. There's probably a few other little trophies and things. G'day, how are you? Oh, too bloody cold for this, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely. That's what I'm doing here.
How long's the competition for?
What? It's till 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Nearly there, getting there.
Is there a number of categories for winning or for getting sort of, you know, biggest? It's weight, really, yeah?
Doesn't matter what they're going to next.
All right. Well, good luck then.
Can't even get a poles. There's so many poles.
Yeah, there's a lot of poles. You can't even get a bite. It's too many poles. There is actually probably too many poles. I think probably a bit overfished. G'day. Good luck. You might. He said there's a lot of poles. Yeah. Shall I go down the fish shop and get you some stuff? See Michelle ahead. Well, tonight I've booked a hotel. It's a treat. She doesn't know about it yet, but she'll be very happy because last night we were so wet. Our clothing is still wet in the bags. The tent is soaked. And I thought, well, we're going through Wolverhampton. They've got some good hotels. Premier Inn, same as before. It's only our second hotel in 1,400 or so kilometres since we set off from John O'Groats. So I know Michelle will be absolutely stoked. And got about 10 kilometres to walk until we're there. Happy days. I'm happy too. I don't want a wet tent again tonight. So we've dropped off the canal, and we've got about a kilometre's walk from the canal to a little rest spot. So I'm quite looking forward to stopping tonight. So the city of Wolverhampton welcomes you. The traffic does not. Oh, I do hate these busy cities. But anyway, Michelle knows about the she knows about the hotel surprise, so you know you can't keep it hidden for ages, particularly when you're taking a really random set of turns.
Let's leave the canal.
Let's leave the canal and walk through this horrible city. But our hotel should be just here on the left, and there it is, Premier Inn. Let's go up this little embankment, Michelle. Do you reckon? This one through here, maybe? Am I making a mistake on the last leg? No. Stay on the straight and narrow, Stephen. Tarmac is there for a reason. Right. We're going to have a well-deserved dry night in a comfy bed. For the rest of you, we'll see you later. Good day. Hello there. What is this, a little shop?
No, it's just a boater. Just
Yeah.
got a potty stick too, mate. Right.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
Are you living on board?
Yeah, mate. I've been living on this for about 18 months.
Right.